Welcome to the Interactive Intelligence Guru video series by CPI. This entry is titled Top 5+1 Call Center Reports.
Hi, this is Ruth Lockery, the call center guru from CPI, and I'm here today to talk to you about call center reporting. We're going to take a look at 6 reports that are the basic, most important ones for you to look at as you manage the work in your call center from day to day. I divide these reports into 3 different sections or segments. The first set of reports we're going to look at concern the work in your call center. The second set of reports give you details about your agents. And the final report is the one I call the combo report because it brings together both work and the agents together on a single sheet of paper. Ready? Here we go. First, the reports about the work. The 2 reports we're focusing on here are the ones that allow you to see specifically the service levels you've achieved as you've dealt with the interactions in your call center and also your abandonment rate. We start with the Q Period Statistics Response Report Accumulative Percentage. This report is the most important one I believe that you should look at every single day. As you can see from this example, we've run the report for 1 week, and we see the number of interactions we received for each of the 5 days of our work week. We're able to see how many we answered, how many we abandoned, and most importantly, our service level at the 10, 20, 30, and up to 60-second intervals across the course of the day. Another important statistic that you can see from this report is your average speed of answer. That shows in the next to the last column on the report. Something very important to notice about this is that the final column can be customized by using a feature called Flex Fields. You can talk to your system administrator about how to make adaptations in that final column. Finally, I want you to see on this report, at the bottom, there's a total. As we've run this report for a full week, we can see a full week's worth of statistics, total number of interactions offered, answered, and our service levels, and whether we've reached our goal for an entire week. As you're looking at the work that your call center has done in a given day or week, after you've looked at your service level, most likely you're going to want to look at your abandonment rate. That report is the Q Period Statistics Abandon Report Accumulative Percentage, as you can see here. Again, the first 3 columns repeat the information we saw from the previous report: how many interactions, how many answered, and how many abandoned. But this time in the service threshold column, we're seeing what our abandonment rate was in each of those increments, 10, 20, 30, up to 60 seconds, so that you're able to get an idea of how quickly your callers are abandoning as they're waiting in queue. The next to the last column gives you your average abandonment time, and then again you can see your average speed of answer. Again, one single piece of paper, everything you need related to abandonment all in one place. Second most important report for you to look at every day, so it's report number 2 in the top 5+1. The first section of reports relates to the work in your call center. Now we want to move to the second section of reports, and we want to look specifically at data surrounding our agents. How is it that you know how your agents are doing from day to day? The first report you're going to look at, number 3 in the top 5+1, is the Agent Availability Summary. This report, as it says in its name, gives you a summary of the statuses that an agent used during a workday. We're going to focus specifically on our agent here for April 1st. As you can see for this day, the agent's first activity when they signed in happened at 8:56 in the morning. They left at 5:03 in the afternoon, and we're able to see a total of 6 different statuses that they used through the day. They were at a training session, at lunch, available on the phone, and other statuses that they'll access during the day. In the right-hand column, you'll see a total of the amount of time they spent in that status. In order to set you up for report number 4, let's look specifically at Away from Desk. This status has a total time of 36 minutes and 57 seconds. How specifically did this agent spend that time during the day? Let's now take a look at report number 4. Report number 4 in our top 5+1 is the Agent Availability Detail Report. As you can see from looking at this report, we are now able to drill down from the summary report we looked at a moment ago and see exactly what time the agent changed their status throughout the day. So this agent started the day at 8:56, going available to become ready to take calls for the day. At 10:26, we see the first away from desk, returning to available, then going to lunch, and you can read through the entire report and see what happened during the day. I want to point out a couple of specific highlights here. Remember in the previous report, we had 30-some minutes of away from desk time, and we were curious about what might have been going on? Let's take a look. The answer is in this agent availability detail report. Do you see that at 10:26 a.m. there's 28 minutes of away from desk time? And then again at 2:36 p.m., another 8 minutes of away from desk time. Those two added together provide me with the 36 minutes I saw in the previous report. There's one other thing I want to point out on this report. Do you see at 1:40 p.m. and again at 4:58 p.m. we have ACD, agent not answering? It means that a queue call presented to the agent and they didn't pick it up. Why isn't this good? It means that the customer was listening to hold music in the queue and then heard ringing. I'm going to get to an agent. And then the ringing stopped and the queue music started again because they didn't get answered. Not a good thing at all, and perhaps a coaching opportunity for you with your agents when you see this status show up on their agent availability summary or agent availability detail report. We've arrived at report number 5 in the top 5+1. This final agent report is the user call detail report, and as you can see, it is long and detailed. Every single inbound and outbound telephone call for the agent for the time period you run the report. The most important thing I want you to see on this report is the far right-hand column, hold time. This is the only report where you can see how long an agent actually put a customer on hold. Very, very helpful statistic. If you've got a customer saying, they left me on hold forever, this is the report where you find that information. So report number 5, user call detail. We've arrived at report number 6 in the top 5+1. This is the report I call the combo report, agent performance summary for queue. As you can see from looking at this report, on a single piece of paper, you get a summary of all of the ACD work that an agent did for a day, as well as the non-ACD work that an agent did for a day. You're able to see how many queue calls they took, their talk time, their after-call work time, their average speed of answer, and their inbound or outbound non-ACD calls. This report presents a great summary to allow you to see total what the agent was able to accomplish in a day. It's one of my favorites, which is why it's been added to my top 5 and now +1. So there you have it. The top 5+1 reports that every call center manager needs for their interactive intelligence system.
Thank you for watching. You can find more information and comment on this video at blog.comprod.com.